Good morning, everyone. So it's very dark here. It's very early. It's probably going to stay dark for a long time because it's pouring rain. So excuse the lighting, excuse the shadowing as I begin this reading. There's a lot going on. There's a lot being talked about on the world stage right now. And I wanted the universe to talk to me about the truth about what's really going on the world stage. And wow, have I got a lot. Uh, have I got a lot. This is pretty intense, you guys. So I guess first thing I want to say is don't follow any links or emails in the comment section of my videos on either channel, YouTube or Rumble. It's scammers. Don't follow any links or emails from anyone soliciting you for anything. If they're pretending to be me, it's not. It's a scam. If they're not pretending to be me and they're asking you for anything and soliciting you for anything, it's a scam. Don't follow it. And the next thing I want to say, as per the usual, the healing intentions are always set for you folks. If I remembered to say it or not, it is what this channel is about first and foremost. So those healing intentions were put in place when I began the channel, and they're reset every time I come on to do a video. So if you so choose and you want those healing intentions, go ahead, decree it for your highest and greatest good only and always, and breathe that energy in. So let's get started. I wanted to know a true story about the truth, like what is really going on the world stage. Not what we're hearing, none of that stuff, but the truth of what's truly happening within the world. All right. So I had a couple of cards fall out when I was pulling the spread, and I'll get to those in a minute. So what's truly happening on the world stage is infighting, chaos, just ungreat things, right? A lot of fighting here. And this is the world, around the world stage, because this is what I wanted to know the truth about. And while all of this fighting is happening, we do have something good blooming in the background. But there is a lot of, this is an infighting card, okay? There's a lot of infighting under this chaos, which is needed because that's what's going to bloom something worthy of life, all right? So this is needed. It's a needed time. And what's happening with this infighting, above that, we have that Queen of Wands, and she can be bad witch, bad person, bad, if she's set up in a particular way. And she's right over this chaos card. So we have all of this infighting because for a long time, at the top here, we've had bad people and bad things doing bad people doing bad and nefarious things. And we're at a point in our lives on the world stage where this is all reaching a head, and there's a lot of chaos here. A lot of fighting. What is it all about? Okay? So as we come across from all of these the bad intentions, the bad people, and all of this infighting and all of this chaos that's happening on the world stage, what is it all about? It's about our children. It's about things done in secret with this Page of Cups. So things done in secret with our children. And above that, over a long period of time, you have had people who are enlightened, and they lead with the highest and greatest good, and they want life to be bloomed. Sorry. They want life to be bloomed and worthy and valued, okay? And they want to protect these kids. So it's all about the kids. Everything you're hearing and seeing, and I'm sorry about the blur. Let's see. There we go, coming back into focus. So basically, you guys, everything that you're hearing and seeing and every little thing on this world stage that is coming to a head, and all of these stories, the background behind that, it really is all about our children. It's about the good guys fighting the bad guys. It's about the bad guys now having this infighting. It's all surrounding the children. So everything is circulating only because we have good people fighting bad people because of things that have been taking place over a long time for kids, okay? And this is what the universe wants us to focus on. I realize it's a hard subject, and it's a very hard subject, but this is what the universe wants us to focus on. So the pathway here that's led to all of this is that this shit has to end. You know, when there are bad things happening to our kids, this is a dead journey. There's no life in it, and it will be the ruination of humanity, honestly. It will be the thing that breaks our backs and just ruins us. So this has been going on for a long time, and it's got to end. The discarding of our children has got to end. Through this chaos will come great change, okay? And this is needed. With this in this deck, for me, this is a good card. This is a faith card. And if you look, this guy is like, he's praying. He is in his faith. And yes, he's rescued some kids. He's praying, what do I do in this time of chaos and great change? And this is really where we're at. So everything that we're seeing right now is about the kids. And then look at this. So then I asked if I had read this right. I mean, everything that you're seeing right now, everything that you're hearing right now is some sort of cover story for the truth of the matter, which is that all of this infighting, all of this war, all of this everything is all because of nefarious things that have been happening for a long time with our children and the discarding of our children. And this journey has got to end. Things have to change. Things have to change. And this has been going on for a long time. You've had the good people, and they've been, I'm so sorry about the blurring. It's really early. And they've been going against the bad people. These people want you to discard your children, and they want to discard children. And these people want to save the children. And this has been going on for a long time. All right. So I asked if I got that right, and I got it right with the 3. Yes, it's time to be joyful. It's time to celebrate our children. It's time to nurture our children and bring good, full life, bloomed journeys to them. This is very much, and I'm not judging anybody right now. I'm just telling you what I'm getting here. And this is very much about nurturing that child in the womb. So this has to start with all of us as well. This isn't just a white hat thing with good people trying to save children that are already born. But this comes back to being joyful about the life that we're carrying and nurturing that child until they come into their own bloomed journey, and then nurturing that journey for that child. Because this is the way we've been doing things is very dark, and it's got to end. It's not working. It's not a way of being that will ever enhance humanity. got to quit discarding these kids. We've got to really focus on saving them. We do. We have to focus on that just as much as these guys have been. So, is what it is, right? At a time when you've got so many people screaming abortion, 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 our rights, our rights, our rights, bodily sovereignty, we, the ordinary people, really need to shape the hell up and start valuing life a little bit more. And this is what the universe wanted to talk to me about. This isn't where I thought we were going this morning, but this is where we're going. So, all right. So the two cards that fell out, we have a harvesting card and we have a don't want to look card, okay? So as it fell out in this reading, what I'm getting from this is, so as we're talking about these nefarious people, and what's going on with our children, we're talking about harvesting our children and people not wanting to look, people not wanting to see the truth. It's too much for them. Can't look at it. Feels too big. Don't want to look at it. Want to ignore it. The harvesting of children. We have this card over here. The nurturing, the birthing of life. We have this card here. This shit has to end. We've got to quit discarding our kids. So I said, basically what you're saying is that for humanity, until this abortion issue stops, until we get a handle on valuing our children from the moment they're in the womb, things aren't looking so good for humanity. Because you're talking about people harvesting their own children, not just these guys, but what's happening with ordinary people while those children are in the womb. And nobody wants to talk about it or look at it for what it truly is. Is that correct? And I got yes with justice. And so with that, man, people need to wake up and really start looking at what's truly happening here. Because that justice card, that's not just judging these guys, you guys. Justice is judging all of us. I know a lot of people want to just look at the bad guys. And, with this justice card, we're being looked at. We are. Because we're part of the problem, okay? So, and this is kind of heavy this morning. Sorry, but it's what they wanted to talk about. So I said, well, all right, show me how things are going to look as far as people. Right now, people don't want to look at the fact that they're harvesting their own children. They don't want to see it that way. They refuse to look at it that way. So I wanted more of a story. And I come over here. And so for me, this card is all about our children or our pets, right? So for me, she's out there, she's walking, depending on the reading, her child or her pet. And she puts great value into this child. So there needs to be a value seen in these children again. The children need to be seen for the value that they actually are. As we move forward, there has to be a new start and a new nurturing journey for our babies, you guys. And for the mothers that are birthing them. So there needs to be a whole new start here for mother and child in this journey. To create a more nurturing way of being with our children. This tree of life needs to be mended. It's the way children have been seen and the value that that they've actually been seen as this is bleeding. Like, there is damage here, and we need to fix it. We need to fix this moving forward. We need to start something new on as far as mothers and babies and children and families go. The value has to be put back into the women and the children. And that has nothing, that's not saying that men aren't valued, but it is the women that carry the kids, and it is the women that would go through the harvest if they didn't want to, right? And so it is us women that are being judged, you guys, whether we want to see it or not. So that's just the way it is. It's not just these bad guys over time. You will see that this, this is a witchy card. She's a queen. It's a lot of judgment being placed, justice coming. And, with justice, you're judged, right? And this really is not just about the baddies, but all of us women, because we are the ones that carry the life and birth the life. So there you have it. That's pretty deep. So then I said, all right, so people don't want to look. They don't want to see the truth. They don't want to see the feeling. They don't want to feel anything behind this. I said, what about coming right out and just telling people the truth about all of this? Like, not in a preachy way and not in a religious-based way, but just facts, How are we going to move forward, getting this information out? And so what I'm getting is that right now it's a pretty slippery slope that we're on. It's pretty slippery and sketchy. It's how do I want to say this? Like, not everybody is going to get it, okay? Not everybody's going to get it. It's going to seem you're going to have two sides to this. Some people are going to get it, and they're really going to feel it, right? And their emotions will overflow when we walk down this path and start to tell the truth about the kids. Some people just won't get it. There is going to be this time here that we're in, the programming that we've been through. There will be some people that will never come around to see life in the womb with the same value that they would see it outside of the womb. And it's really sad to me. We talk about dark ages. You read books about the dark ages and whatnot, and it just feels like when I'm reading something like this, that this is the dark ages. If you have women that will never see life in the womb with the same value as they would outside of the womb, and we're the ones really being most judged here, along with the bad people that have kind of bestowed this way of being onto people. This is the dark ages. This is the dark ages. So more of that story, you guys, moving ahead here. More of this story that some people is just never, as we walk down this path, there's some people that are just never going to feel it. They're never going to feel it. But there will be some people that do feel it, and they feel it deeply, okay? And this is a scary path that we're on right now because it's so divisive. But this path has to be followed, you guys. This is a bloomed path. So these times and how this is all going to play out it's necessary. It's part of our destiny. So, why won't some people get it? Well, they've been really well trained on earthly things. So it kind of reminds me of, the the two religions that seem to be the most prominent on the earth plane, right? So you have men, humans, people who are here for the earthly things, and they believe in just the earthly things. And then you've got people that are very spiritual, and they believe in much more than just their purpose isn't just about obtaining earthly things, right? But there's been so much training around being of the earth and focusing of things of the earth. Things. There's been so much training there that children have taken a back seat. Okay? So much training on the earth plane and things that children have taken a back seat. These people that are more focused on things will always see the story of the children as a bunch of bullshit and illusions, right? Because they've been trained to have their focus on things. Things are more important to them than the children. And again, look, this is the woman that's going batshit. She's going batshit over things rather than the children. Yeah, these are dark ages. This is the dark ages for sure. I don't even know if I want to put this up because it is kind of dark, but it is what it is. Ugh. All right. So then I wanted to know, you guys, if moving forward in the future, if there will be, as we move out of this time and we have some of these people that will never come around to see the value of all life, will this be a time that people in the future receive education about? Oh, there's going to be stories. There's going to be a lot of stories. Lots of heartbreaking stories around women and families and children and people that came forward trying to light the way for people that didn't see and whose journeys were not very bloomed. You see that? They look like they've got dead hands and their journeys aren't very fulfilling here. There's going to be a lot of stories, heartbreaking stories around this time, around women and families and children and people that were trying to help lead the way. There's going to be a lot of stories around how people literally had gone crazy. They chose chaos. They chose hateful words. They chose a way of being that hurt themselves. They chose leaders that stomped on people. There's going to be stories about the Great Awakening and how really unwell humanity was when this Great Awakening took place. How foolish humanity had been. Before great healing came in. Before great healing came in and brought families back together, changed the way they did things, the way they saw things, and the things that they would view, and allowed them to see things a little bit more clearly, the bad and the good, before we chose a more simplistic way. Much more simplistic, much more loving way. These people aren't so focused on earthly things. See, they're focused on love, connection, nurture, and the journey. Balance within their life. So there will be talk of this. There will be education of this in the future. And we will choose this. More nurturing, more loving, more gentle, more basic, more simplistic way of being. We will choose this because it will be discussed. But right now, there's still a lot of people that are more interested in earthly things than they are children. And they will fight, saying anything to do with that, it's an illusion. They've been taught that. I don't know. This is sad. I'm sorry, you guys. This is a sad reading. All right. So, show me what this time that we're living through right now is actually doing, I said. So, the time that we're living through right now is actually getting people to kind of freshly start feeling things, okay? So, empaths. So, these are tools that we've all got. We've all got the tools to be empathic. We all have the tools to be able to, you know how in today's day and age, a lot of people, if they haven't experienced it themselves, they have zero empathy for it, right? So right now, these times that we're living through are actually helping us to pick up our tools and start to feel things more. It's getting us back to that more empathic, more caring, more nurturing state, that state that we are going to. So it is this, what we're living through is triggering some to come into this state. It's triggering some to pick up their tools and start to really feel and to really want to help those kids again. And here we are with our female queen card again. It's bringing women back to this place of really seeing the value in their families and their children. And this is the wish. This is the wish that these times that we're living through does this and gets us all back to a more compassionate state. And eventually it will be talked about how this did happen. But right now, there will always be people that have more interest and value in earthly things than in children. And they will say that the value of the children is an illusion. And there's just going to be these people. It's just a slippery, sticky path that we're on right now. It's what they've been taught. So, we as women, we want to talk about the divine feminine. And when is that coming in? We are it. We are here to be that. That is what we came in to be. And there is nothing divinely feminine about harvesting our own children. And we really need to put the value back into family, back into women, back into children. Moving forward, we have got to nurture this journey. Women and children have to be held up and nurtured. Our tree of life needs to be mended. We are bleeding. I mean, this has been systematically destroyed over a long period of time. And everything that we're seeing on the world stage right now, as far as just everything. The truth of the matter is, underneath all of the titles and news stories is, there is this secret war that's being fought for our children. Because this way of life has got to end. We've got to quit discarding our kids. Through this chaos, we will find faith and we will start valuing our children again. But there has been it's been long in the making that you've had evil people, going after our kids. And, I would say going after us as well, teaching us that the harvesting of our own children is absolutely fine and don't worry about it and don't look at it and don't listen to those people that try to tell you that these children have feelings and that they feel this pain and that their life matters. So yeah, justice is coming, and with justice we're all judged, and it looks like there's a lot of judgment going on with we the women, and there needs to be some great change there. So that's where the men play their role, right? Then they get to stand up in their divine masculine and hold us women up so that we can put our energy into being those nurturing mothers and those nurturing sisters and those nurturing wives, and being what we came in to be, which are the creators. We create life. We we grow that life inside of us, and what we put into that life is then what they can take and go off into their journey and live a bloomed life. And hopefully we don't mess them up too much, right? I always said that when I was raising my son. I hope I don't screw him up too much. And I talk to him all the time. I know I made mistakes. He didn't come with a handbook. And I always say, the one thing that I always had in my mind and my heart first and foremost was always trying to do this by what I felt would be the best for him, always. So at least my intentions were there, to try to do the best that I could always by him, and knowing that I would be screwing up at times because I'm human. But yeah, where's the divine feminine? Let's bring it in, guys. That's what we're here to do. And then the divine masculine can stand beside us, be the warriors, hold us up, protect us, protect their children and their wives, and also see the value. And when you have the divine feminine and the divine masculine working balanced and in harmony, you have something beautiful. That's when we can really mend our tree of life. We've shit on the nuclear family, and really, we got to bring that back. But anyways, I've rambled on long enough, and this is hitting me really hard. It's like, it's really, it's heavy stuff. But I guess it needed to be said, and I guess I'm the one that was chosen to say it. So there you have it. That's my reading for today, you guys. So I hope that you all have a blessed day, and let's all just start really, I don't know. Preaching to people isn't the way to do anything. Judging people isn't the way to make change. But if we can start gently and lovingly presenting facts to people and educating people, women and men, around life, the value of it, from the moment it's in the womb, gently and lovingly. Who else is going to do it if we don't, right? All right, you guys. I love you all. I'm wishing you many, many blessings. Until next time, take care.